Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I am Roger Wakefield. Happy freaking Monday. Guys, I have been plumbing for, 45, 50 years, 80 years. It's been so daggum long. 45 years, 1980. And we come in here and go live each and every day because we love what we get to do. Okay? We talk about the trades. We think that the more you can learn about your industry, your niche, your trade, your profession is going to help you move up. And the more you learn, the higher you're going to move up. And if you'll do this, if you'll study this, if you'll listen to this stuff every day for a year, 30 minutes to an hour, you can move up to be in the top 5% of your industry. Now, we started this because of what I do on my other channel. Those of y'all that don't know, Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. Can we get somebody in here to check the focus, please? But the thing is, we do this all the time and we do it for y'all. So it's great to have y'all here. I do appreciate it. And this is something we love doing, but as you can see, I don't do it alone.
That's it. Good morning, everybody. Happy freaking Monday. I am Henry Wakefield, aka Squirt, as you see down on the screen. 20-year pipe fitter by trade in a family full of plumbers, man.
Man, there's a bunch of us too.
A whole bunch of them. And that's why I do love what I get to do now. Now I run LeakPro. And we would like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks, where we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And guys, I build a couple different devices. I build the probe, which is a T-handle style solid block of aluminum up top with a stainless steel rod. And that stainless rod is super durable for probing in and out of the ground. This is the one that we really prefer for that meter to the home service, irrigation lines, anything like that that's just underground. But if there's concrete there, whether it's the driveway, sidewalk, patio, a slab under the hump, you're going to want that side kick that comes in the complete kit. That side kicks it's got an aluminum rod on it, and that aluminum rod's what eliminates that layer of concrete you're listening through. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. Because, guys, it's time to bring leak detection in-house and not make your customers wait 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks.
When I heard 8 weeks, it blew my mind.
8 weeks was just like, dude, that is completely ridiculous. Like, even whenever I was starting to hear 6 weeks, it's like, are you kidding me? 6 weeks?
Well, 6 weeks is, I've heard for a long time, so I was used to that.
And it's rough because they're scheduled so far. And the reason that they were getting 6 weeks out, because they were doing repairs too. They weren't just doing leak detection anymore. You can be that person that you're doing the leak detection so that you can fix it and make the repairs yourself. But if you're a plumber, it opens even more doors because you can do way more on the projects.
And it works.
That's it.
And guys, look, we started doing this because of everything that I started doing 7.5 years ago, YouTube. If you own a business, if you think you want to own a business, if you're just a brand and you just want to grow, YouTube can be the most amazing thing in the world for you. The reason being is YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. This is where people go to look for stuff. And if they're going searching things about your niche, your industry, your profession, you need to be the one that they find. And the way you do that is to start doing YouTube. Now, a lot of people tell me YouTube's not for me. No, that's just a voice inside your head making you think that. Because if you're not being found on the second largest search engine in the world, you're probably not being found on the largest.
Yep.
So who is? Your competitor, your biggest competitor, somebody like that? Guys, YouTube can work for you. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment. You don't need a lot of views. You don't need a lot of followers. You don't need anything to do or have to know to start. You just got to get started. And I made a free webinar teaching you some things that is going to help you out. So if you're interested in learning more about it, go to justmetroger.com. And this video is also brought to you by Residential Service Professionals. If you want to be part of a best practice group, but you don't want to get handcuffed to it, you don't want to have to build their company, you actually want to build yours, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. Man,
Yeah.
national news. Now, I love when I read through this.
Yep.
Because this is the way I've seen it. It says construction labor crisis is framed as a national security issue at Elevate 2025.
Yeah.
So Elevate 2025, the leaders are now calling the labor shortage a national security issue. Guys, have they been listening to me? Because I've been saying, look, this is not just a little problem that's going to go away. This is how third world countries become third world countries. They don't have running water. They don't have electricity. They don't have conditioned air. And with more tradespeople, or without more, critical defense is going to be a problem. You're not going to be able to build those things. You're not going to be able to build the energy sectors that we need. The infrastructure projects will not be able to keep pace. There's a big push now for veterans and women as new workforce pipelines. I think they have been listening to me.
They're finally tuning in.
They're finally they finally dialed into the channel. Let's talk about what that means for contractors now, both the opportunities and the challenges. Guys, if you will start reaching out to people coming home from the trades, from the military, people transitioning, guys, it's a game changer. These people come home, they're disciplined, they understand systems, operations, and process.
Yep.
The things that we talk about.
Yeah.
They get it.
They follow the rules well. They everything.
They know what needs to be done. They understand how to do it, and they understand why you want to do things right each and every time you do it. Getting in, doing these things, it works.
That's it. I'm glad that they're finally, I had a lot of women work for me, with me, around me. I went to trade school with them, all of the above. Guess what? Most of them would outproduce the men.
They work smarter.
Let me repeat this, guys.
Yeah.
Most of them would outproduce the men. And I would talk to them because I ain't scared. Guess what? You're outperforming all them dudes. Now, you ain't touching what I'm doing. That's fine. I want you to. I want to help bring you up to that level because you're already above them. Let's take you to exceptional level, please. They want to. They want to outperform every man on that job. Why? Because they feel like they have something to prove. I hate to tell them, they do. Why? Because most men out there, they can't do it. Bull crap, dude. They're going to run circles around you. Why? Because they want to. It is their goal to outperform you on every job. Is it your goal to outperform every worker on the job? It was mine.
Yeah.
I wanted to outproduce everybody. Why? Because I don't want to get laid off for any reason. I don't want to lose that job. I want to be the guy that they're like, no, you're here till the end. I'm holding on you as long as I can. And guess what? I guarantee you there's going to be a spot to plug you in. It doesn't matter what's going on there.
Yeah, and my thought process here, first thing you said, I thought when you said that, people used to come up to me all the time whenever I talk about the union. They're like, oh, well, when I was in the union, I got laid off a lot.
Hear it all the time.
That's a problem you have.
Yep.
Because I didn't. And they say, oh, well, these other people didn't because they always kissed everybody's butt. I can have a sorry worker that kisses my butt and a good worker. When it's time for a layoff,
yep.
Bob Brown knows.
I had a buddy of mine, real good friend of mine. I actually got him into the union. We worked together many years. Finally, he left. He's like, look, tired of getting laid off. Well, if you
work harder, baby.
He's like, look, I get put on jobs with guys like you, and I know I'm getting laid off. Why? I'm not trying to outproduce you, Henry. There's no way. I know I can't.
But if you'll try,
that's in your head.
Yeah.
If they see that you're attempting to keep up with me, you ain't getting laid off, bud. It's just not going to happen. But everybody's different. And I understand that too. If you just want to be that average worker, you are going to get laid off a little more in the union, especially down here in Dallas, where we strive to outperform everybody here. It's not very union strong down here like I hear up north, where this is what you're going to put out a day and that's it. Out here, can we double that? And that's just kind of how it is. But definitely something to keep in mind out there. Get in there and work. Don't be scared of it. I love embracing the women and bringing them in the trade too.
Absolutely.
Though.
And the veterans.
Yep.
All right. Website review. For today's review, we're going to keep it close to home. Leak.pro. This isn't just equipment sales. It's a training. Okay? It's a training hub with calculators, videos, scripts. We teach you the things to say. Look, you can't walk in and say, yep, I guarantee this is where the leak is. Oh, no. Hey, there could be a lot of things to throw off the sound. That's how we hear it. We can't see through concrete. You've got to be able to understand, hey, a sewer line, this is about how many feet it's going to take. This is what we charge per foot. I've made a ton of videos out here to help people show them how I use it. This will help companies keep leak detection in-house. We'll walk through what makes the site effective and why every contractor should think of their own website as more than just a digital brochure. We sell product, but you know what? We teach plumbers how to make money. Squirt, LeakPro. I love it.
Man,
that's a good looking guy you got on there. Man.
I got this guy to do some photo ops for me.
I twisted his arm. Matter of fact, I have access to all his photos.
Man, it is, guys. And look, we have this website section to kind of review some things. I do a lot of it. I pull up a lot of tools and stuff that help benefit you in trades, forums, things like that, stuff like that. Because here's what we did. Laid out a site, easy to follow. This is the main landing. Most people are here to locate leaks.
You bet.
That's what it's about. I'm going to do some changes here. I'm going to create some videos more for the landing page, to introduce me, stuff like that. Talk a little less about Roger, maybe just a little bit more about the company, how we started, my why, things like that. We talk about that a lot on this channel. We kind of have that about us section. I'm going to go through and revamp this more and make it more company evolved, things like that. How it started, how it originated, why we still have it running today. The reason that I've embraced it the way I have. I want to put some of that out here. You've got the store, you've got the complete kit. That's something that we do here. Yeah, I build the equipment, I sell the equipment. But the main thing, guys, training. It's something that in the trades, we don't put a whole lot of thought to. Yeah, we get trained on that new tool, sure. How much did you really listen whenever ProPress came out? Mm-hmm. Not a whole lot. Because when I told the guys some things that I heard in the class, because I just pay attention to everything when I'm in a class, because I want to learn the little things, the small things. And then it's like, yeah, did you know, though, like Mega Press, you can rotate that. You can leave it under pressure. Boss, wait, huh? You didn't hear him say that? Like, I even asked the question, wait, did you say under pressure? Do you remember me asking that? He's like, yeah, I do remember you asking that. I said, that's what this was about. We can rotate this. I love it because in training, the very beginning of the 2 days, first thing I do is a little sit down in here. And then everybody over that 2 days, they're like, man, this is back to what you were talking about at that very beginning. And it's like, yeah, for sure. It's part of the training. And something that you want to lay out if you are in sales. Who's this for? How's it going to help you? What are you going to learn? What are you going to gain? Lay out some of that information on your site for your customers in your space. Different things like plumbing. What is the advantage of actually doing a water heater flush once a year? What's the difference? Lay it out on your site. Explain to them how efficient that water heater will be and how much longer it could last. That's some of the things that I like to do here and just show off. Try to answer some of the questions that they're asking. And that's something I try to do a lot on this site. It's there for the information. Even though not all the customers are going to read it all, they're going to book you for a call. They're going to call you and ask a couple questions. This gives them somewhere, though, because some people want to see you're trying to address them. And it sets you apart from everybody else to where they're like, you know what? This is who I want to call. This is who I want to get in business with. This is who I want coming into my home and taking care of my stuff. So that's something I really want to just kind of show off here.
Pretty cool stuff.
Definitely so.
I love it. All right. I'm going to jump into the comments real quick. Cal L. Hello. How are you? Says, hi, if a roofer finds a blockage in an air vent on a roof, who would be responsible to clean it? A roofer or a plumber? A plumber. Unless it's just something they can grab the nest and pull it out or something. They're here right now. I want to make sure what to tell condo manager over sinks, kitchen, and bathroom. Just found out everything is clear. There you go.
Nice.
Brother Matt McDonald, great to see you last Friday night.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr. Miyagi of Plum and Squirt, what's up, brother? Squirt, I'm still feeling that burrito. Bet you are. Says, I really enjoyed seeing you guys. It's always fun. The beautiful mustache of wisdom. Thanks for dinner. Guy, look, it's great to see you. Thank you, Matt. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes, sir.
Neat stuff. Okay, business growth. Offering financing or payment plans for larger tickets. Now, this is easy. Financing sells jobs. A $12,000 repipe becomes $220 a month, depending on their credit score, okay? HVAC has been doing this for years. Plumbing and electrical are starting to catch up. Now, we're going to cover a little bit on how to do it right, avoid the wrong partners, and why bringing this up before sticker shock makes all the sense. So first of all, I mean, think about that. There's a lot of good things here. When you do it right, you team up with somebody good, come up with a brand that they've heard of. See, we did our financing through Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
And it was great. Everybody's heard of it. Avoid the wrong people. There's a lot of people out there that, look, they're setting it up where they can come in and sue these people later. And not saying that you don't have to be prepared for that, but set it up where there's maybe 6 months interest free. It's a $6,000 job. You make six $1,000 payments in 6 months. You don't pay any financing fees.
Yep.
That helps your consumer. That helps your customer. We had different levels. There's like, you can finance it 24 months. You can finance it up to 7 years. 7 years is going to cost you an arm and a leg. But if you get it down to $100 a month, you may say, look, I can afford that. Okay. And why do you want to bring this up before sticker shock? You want to let them know if you're looking at a $6,000, I'm going to say a $6,000 tankless install and relocate. Okay. Upsize the gas line. There's a lot of work involved here. $6,000. Okay. Now look, I'm going to let you know whenever you sit down and give them options, we can repair what you've got. It's not going to last long. And I don't think it's smart to put that money into an old water heater. We can replace it with what you have. Same type water heater, it's going to be modern current, better efficiency. It's going to be a little bit better. But if you go tankless, here's what will happen. Your ROI is going to be great because over the life of this thing, you're going to save money year after year after year. And the thing is, if you flush it every year like you're supposed to, some of these things last 20 years. And we have financing set up. That way you can use our money, not your money. And to be honest, it won't cost you anything today. Man, when you can have that conversation with people, they start relaxing. Now, when you tell them, look at $6,000. Now, you can pay that off in 6 months at $1,000 a month. Most people can't write a check for $6,000 today.
Yep.
But they could write a check for $1,000. And they may be able to figure out how to write that $1,000 check for the next 5 months. Or they may say, but wait, I can't even afford that. Okay. If you can pay it off in 2 years, it's $350 a month. Okay, I could make that work. Or you can pay it off in 7 years, and it's about $150 a month, $100 a month. You're like, wow, I like that. I could do that. Okay. The option's theirs. But give them those options.
That's it. And that's the main reason I wanted to bring this to light, because if you sell big ticket items, and a lot of the big companies, they know that you have to have these options for your customers. A lot of people are looking at starting. You have to create some of these options if you sell big ticket items. And that's something I learned even in LeakPro. I'm not affiliated with a firm, but a firm gave me an option for my customers to use. And it's like, oh, that's great. That gives me something to put out for my customers if they need it.
Because a lot of people want it. They just know they can't afford it right now.
That's it. And a lot of customers I talk to, and it's like, hey, here's what they told me. Here's everything. Perfect. Hey, that's a great option. Oh, but you're not affiliated with him? No, I am not. LeakPro's not affiliated with them at all. We're not. There's no agreement. There's no time. There's nothing.
Right. But see, we were with Wells Fargo. We had it set up. Our
for the
technicians
company,
had a form. If you'll just put your information, sign this, we'll get it sent in, and we'll get you taken care of.
That's it.
And it works.
And that's the key is you've got to be able to offer some option, because just like you said, most people can't write any big ticket project check. They just can't. So you have to show some options out there. And I love that.
All right, service work. Just like financing, really could have gone under service work. But remote diagnostics or virtual assessments. So virtual consults are still here. Customers love sending a video of their problem before you roll a truck. It saves time. It lets you prioritize. And in some cases, you can charge for it. Yeah, we'll look at your video, send it in. We'll spend 15 minutes looking for it. It's $125. You set up a price and say, but I can give you a pretty good assessment if you shoot the video the way I tell you to. Now, it works sometimes. And there's companies out there trying to start businesses right now where they're virtual plumbing companies. I know people, they've talked to me, would you be a consultant? I'm like, no, I want to be there. I want to hear it. I don't want to put them in a problem where something could go wrong or they could get hurt. Now, it works really well. And you can also document those calls, save them, and say, look, here's exactly what I told them before I started. Turn the valve off at the gas meter. They chose not to do that. Here's the video. Save it, because that's going to protect you against any disputes, any lawsuits, anything at all like that.
That's it. I like this because we've talked about like emergency calls a lot, where it's, oh, here's this emergency, you rush somebody out. Really, it's not an emergency.
It's a dripping tub.
You could have talked to that customer a little bit to determine that it's not. And that's why I bring this up again. It's like, look, sometimes a conversation goes a long way, can save a lot of time, energy, effort, and money on both sides. And that's the thing to think about here is sometimes, is it just a call to tell them and guide them through exactly what they need to do it themselves? Or is there a YouTube video you can go, hey, check out this, Roger threw this out. And it's exactly how you go in and shut off your water to prevent damage. So that we don't have to rush out there. There's stuff out there. Keep your mind open and use some of these other tools. Don't just rush to shooting a guy out there as quick as you can if it can be prevented. And that's something that I wanted to bring to thought here.
All right, materials, equipment, and tools. Self-leveling lasers and alignment tools. Now, Squirt, this is one of your favorites.
It
you
is.
love the lasers.
I love lasers because I did big mechanical rooms, and being able to actually just shoot a laser across the room between everything and be able to go over there and just measure right there where you're tying
Make sure
it
it's all
in.
going to fit.
You know, like I'm a pipe fitter. I'm a perfectionist. It's like, I know this is good. Why? Because it automatically levels and everything. But I like this because my thoughts was like setting equipment. You know, I talk about AR, VR a lot. Imagine actually putting on some augmented reality glasses and knowing exactly where you're trying to set that chiller for exact placement per the design. And you put this on, you turn it on, and oh, now guys, we got to bump it over just a little bit more. Oh, right there. That's the money. We do this a lot with layout and stuff, trying to line out this perfect precision point and everything. But if you could visually do it for the whole thing, it will speed this process up. And that's where my mind went with this and thinking about it. Now, self-leveling lasers, they cut layout time in half, guys. Duct runs, your slope checks. I love it for steam and condensate. It keeps the system the safest that it can be. I've had to prove some guys things, and the only way I could do it is the laser level, because they were going through with a 4-foot level all the way. And it's like, dude, like, that's not an accurate way to do this. Would you like to borrow my laser so you can actually go through and measure everything so that you can actually calculate that properly? Because what you're doing is not accurate enough. Like, yeah, it's pretty much a joke. It's like, yeah, you're looking at a bubble. Okay, yeah, it's got fall. Is it enough or not? That's not going to tell you that. You really need to verify it. So I loved it for slope. Framing lines. That's something, it's real quick to be able to go through and line it up. It gives you square, it gives you the perpendicular lines, all this different things. Layout speeds up so fast. It's easier, it's faster, and way more accurate. Well, I don't know, I measure pretty accurately, but the speed is going to keep you more accurate because everybody's going to be able to know. Like the AR being able to flip that on, guess what? My layout, it's in their program too. They know exactly where my pipe's running. They don't have to see my lines popped on the floor or even come over and talk to me necessarily. And you can, it costs a little upfront for some of these things, but honestly, guys, the labor that this stuff saves, I wouldn't even think about what it costs because you're going to save it so quick. Okay. But if you misplace something, so something, we've talked about it before, on the wrong side of a column, off of a wrong column line or something, had a bad measurement, it's not good. A lot of these automated systems and things that are coming out now help speed up the process, keep everybody accurate across all the trades on a job. And that's what I love about this.
And guys, look, this stuff works, and that's why we use it. And we started talking about stuff like this 7.5 years ago on YouTube. And we started doing it because we realized that that was a way to get out in front of people. And like I said, 7.5 years ago, we started doing YouTube videos. Well, I'm now a sponsor of this channel because I teach people how to do what I do. I teach them how to market, teach them how to grow their business. And it almost always starts with YouTube, because what we do on YouTube, we can share on every other platform. So if you want to learn YouTube, go to justmattroger.com. I made a free webinar that teaches you it doesn't take a lot of equipment. It doesn't take a lot of followers. It doesn't take a lot of views. You can do amazing things with just a few people watching you if you're being open and honest and straightforward with them. And that's what YouTube's about. Put great information out there. Bring people value, and they'll come back and watch you. Go to justmattroger.com and check it out. And if you've already got a company, part of the marketing, part of the video, part of all that is part of a business operating system. You need a BOS that's going to help you build the company that you want to build, not the one that the best practice company wants you to build. But these big best practice groups, they're like, you have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. You have to do it this way. Then it's not really your company anymore. You're building their company, maybe even with their name on it if you rebrand it the way they want you to. But then when you try to get out there and say, well, you got to give that name back because we own that. So be careful about what you get into. If you want to get into a best practice group that works with you, works for you, and helps you get a business operating system that puts things in place to make magic for you, go check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com.
And everybody, we'd like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. Because if you're a plumber out there and you keep subbing out leak detection to that third party and waiting on them, making your customers wait, guys, it's time to bring leak detection in-house. I offer a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas. I've got a slab out here. We'll go through. I'll teach you how to locate the lines, pinpoint locate the leaks under the slab, also outside of the slab. I've got one there so that you're familiar with that, what just a normal underground leak sounds like also. But then I've got a couple sewer systems set up. One cast iron and then one plastic, where we'll go and I'll teach you how to go to the double clean out outside of the home, be able to do testing to determine exactly where a sewer system's leaking. So if this interests you guys, give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd love to talk about the equipment or the training and how we can add leak detection to your plumbing business to help land more jobs. So once again, check out the website at leak.pro or give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO.
Okay, Matt said, okay, gentlemen, I've been requested. Got to go be a hero. I believe in replacement or upgrades. Absolutely. I've had so many people hesitant about the work, so I'll make it clear on the benefits. Love you, Bob. Brother, good to see you. Have an amazing day.
Good day.
Matt McDonough says, hopefully I'll get to spend more time tomorrow. Go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. Like and subscribe to have the greatest impact in your life. Guys, that's what it's all about.
That's it.
Okay, MEP. Now, indoor air quality upgrades and filtration systems. And I love this because whenever I sold Texas Green Plumbing, I sold it to Rescue Air. And they did a lot on indoor air quality. And guys, it's becoming a must-have, not a nice-to-have. Schools, hospitals, even homes are asking for the upgraded filtration and purification systems. It's a multi-trade job. HVAC installs, electrical runs for the controls. Plumbers, maybe you'll get the condensate on it. We'll break down, or we're going to talk about the demand for these, okay? Because When I went to work for this company, I started asking around because they had a couple of people, and this guy's got like a $100 bonus or a $50 bonus or $500 bonus. I don't remember, for every one they sold.
Yeah.
And some of these guys are selling like 30 of these a month. And I'm talking to them. It's like, how do you sell them? And they said, man, I walk in and do the IEQ test, indoor air quality. Turn it on. We set the sensor up. Turn it on. It reads the air.
Here's all the bad air you're breathing in on a normal basis.
It sends it to a third party. So where they're not the one telling you, hey, you
Yep.
got bad air. Well, how do you know? Because my machine told me so. You can manipulate that machine. Yeah,
Here's the
probably so.
report from this third party.
But when you just monitor the air and send it off, and they send you back a report. Here's the air. Here's what's wrong with it. Here's the recommended cure.
Yeah.
Guys, the demand is growing, and this to me is one thing I always talk about. If you're a plumber, you need to be doing slab leak detection. You need to be doing whole house water filtration. Period. If you're not, you're not growing like you could be. I'll just leave it at that.
That's it. Like the indoor air quality, like you just said, they come in, we run this test. Guys, have you heard this? Please come in and give me some blood work so I can send it off to the lab so we can figure out the
Then
right
we know what's
way
really wrong
to handle your situation.
Yeah.
That is what you just told me that you were doing for my air of my home.
Mm-hmm.
You're sending it off for the labs so that you know the right fix for my body.
Yep. Big stuff.
That's different than anything most people have ever heard. I love that thought process there. And
Be a game changer.
that's it. Be the one that's different. That's reaching out for that extra, hey, no, I'm just going to do it and I'm going to send it off. And I would tell them to a lab for them to run the diagnostics on it.
We have
period.
nothing to do with it.
I'm sending this
Yep.
off to the lab. And that's what I'd call it as plumbers, HVAC guys, whoever. I'm sending it off to them. And they're going to tell me what all's in it, how we should go about fixing it.
And I always tell them it's third party. Look, it's not
That's
us.
right.
This isn't our lab. I'm not sending it to the office so they can tell me what
Yeah.
they think. I'm sending it to a third party indoor air quality company. They'll email you the report. It's not us. All right. Where is the word? Infrastructure and heavy public works are starting to catch up.
Man, we noticed this yesterday coming home from the airport, didn't we? Like, we took a little different route than our normal to check things out. Holy cow, guys. Because it's a highway that I used to travel all the time. Never enough lanes, never enough lanes, never enough lanes.
Yeah, and I was traveling this highway back when it was like 2 or 3 lanes on each side. What's it look like they're building now?
Right now, it looks like they're building 10 lanes this way, 10 lanes this way, and multiple HOV lanes down underneath in the
They're gonna
tunnel
go
and
underneath.
everything. They are expanding the infrastructure, guys. And I love this.
So cool.
It's keeping workers going, and I know that we need more workers. Don't get me wrong. But guess what? We've got to have the infrastructure that supports everybody. It takes this type of work to keep that going. And Dallas has expanded so big and huge that it's freaking nuts. But we're also seeing a lot of delays across the country because
products
there's not
like
enough
this.
manpower and
Yep.
stuff, and material delays, stalls out. Like, there's so much going on right now, guys. But some of the stuff is starting to get some movement again. Okay, your bridges are starting to move, your wastewater, electrical upgrades. It's super heavy in the Midwest and that Southeast. But guys, smaller contractors out there, you can be a part of this too. Because you can team up with some of the largers and sub out some of the small work. Supply a few guys, whatever it is, to help keep all of these larger projects moving too. Sometimes you just need to plug in and fill that one little thing that you specialize in. Man, look, yeah, we're electricians, but we're great at controls. Come in and fix up some of these spaces and just sub out some control guys for them. Help them out. Help that large electrical contractor. Why? A lot of those guys don't really want to mess with controls all the time because they specialize in the power side. I know a lot of controls guys. That's all they do. They do not touch any electrical at all whatsoever on jobs. So you can kind of work on some different things here. Teaming up with those larger companies, though, can open some new doors. So don't ever rule that out. I definitely talk to some of the larger contractors in your area and see if it's anything they're interested in, because just like you, they need more people too. And if you can fill some of these little spots, that's going to help everybody and help keep projects moving forward.
You know, and here's the deal, guys. The world's growing. Be part of it. Figure out how to get involved, how to do different things. You know, I'm going to go back to the indoor air quality, the whole house water filtration systems, leak detections. You know, basically, if you're in HVAC, indoor air quality is the biggest thing that you can take on that's going to change your business. No matter where you're at in the country. Same thing with water filtration. You know, we shot a video the other day. We installed a water softener at my house, and I gotta tell you, I'm kind of liking it. I've always been against water softeners because I didn't like that silky feeling. Okay, but you still get it here, but not like I remember it. And I'm like, you know what? This feels good. So I'm just telling you, I'm like, okay, as a plumber, I've got to be open-minded and say, hey, how do I do this? How do I do this better? And you've got to be open to trying things. If you're an electrician, if I'm an electrical company and I'm not doing solar panels, I got to ask myself, why? Why am I looking at a product that I know is the future of electrical, but I'm not going to do it? Pull your head out.
Yep. That's it. Like, trust me, when ProPress first came out, I was a pipe fitter, guys. Do you think I really wanted to go press joints?
If it don't burn, it don't work.
I'll spend half an hour getting something ready for a guy to put a weld in.
Yeah.
Oh, this is super quick. Okay. And when it first came out, it pulled out the quality that you put in because you couldn't necessarily keep everything plumb, level, and square. We learned some things over time that if you rotate the jaws, do these things and stuff, it won't pull it too far out. It keeps it pretty true.
Yep.
And they adjusted. They made some modifications to help it. And it works. But guys, if I was still trying to avoid it, do you think I'd have a job? No.
Right.
You have to embrace some of the modern things that are coming. Don't be scared of it.
No matter where you live.
That's it. And if you can actually become the best at that new thing, that sets you apart from everybody else and makes you that go-to for anything new. And that's what people notice and recognize. So definitely embrace some of those things. Don't be scared of it.
All right. Instructor training. Study better teaching styles for the newer generations. And guys, look, if you're not on board, if you're the company that sits there and says, look, these Gen Zs, these Gen As, they're not going to work. The millennials, they communicate different.
Yep.
Okay. You know there's a problem then because you're not communicating the way they need to be communicated.
That's it.
Gen Z learns different. Gen A learns different. Quick lessons, video access, instant feedback. I used to have one of these young hotshot plumbers. When we taught him something at work, he'd go home, learn 3 different ways to do it. And he's like, hey, y'all know there's another way. I found another way that would have been easier. It's like, really? Well, let's see. Guys, they want instant feedback. Let them do something. Let them see something. Now let them try it. Yeah. If they go watch a video and learn how to do something, let me set up a training and say, okay, show me. Show me how you would do this now. Apprentices respond better when the training is structured in small pieces. And even better if you can gamify it.
That's it. Challenge them. Hey, look, let's watch this video of how we install our figure this offset. When you go home tonight, can you come back with a better way?
Yeah.
Or do you like the way I taught you? If y'all can come show me a better way, that's what I'll start teaching. And here's what I'll give you back. Gamify it. I love that. Like, just because that apprentice that went out trying to find all these other ways to do it, it helps them learn
his
more.
Own company.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, no, he does.
Because he went out trying to learn every single way. And like, I always got the question from our apprentices. This journeyman wants me to do it this way. I know a way easier way to do it. How do you want me to do it? Do you want me to tell him? No, I want you to do it his way. But boss, no. He's your boss. Don't forget, that is your journeyman. Okay, learn the way he's teaching you. I know there's better ways. Most of the time, there always is a better way than however you're doing it. But if you learn all the ways, sometimes that funky way he's showing you right now is going to get you out of a pickle in your future. I know you don't see it that way right now, but sometimes something prevents that way of doing things. So you're going to have to use this way. Learn it.
And here's the deal, too. You blend it.
Yes.
Okay? That old school mentor, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's like I used to do with Randy. It's like, look, I want you thinking around the corner. Don't think about just seeing it the way they want you to see it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like school. I like education, but I don't like sheep.
This is the way they can teach. Like
Yeah,
I learned
there's
that in
only
math
one way to
class.
teach you. Here it is.
Yep. I learned that in math because I was a numbers guy. So it was like, well, teacher, you could have done this and saved like 3 of those steps. You know that? He goes, this is how I have to teach
Right.
by the book. But after I'm done, if you have a couple other ways you can teach the class, I'm happy to let you show them.
And I didn't even do that. I could look at the board and I remember algebra. I failed algebra the first time I took it because I could do it in my head, but I couldn't do the paperwork. And they're like, well, show me how you did it. Well, I looked at that and thought,
How do I show
3.
you that? Yeah.
6.5, 12. And they're like, yeah, but show us how you did it. Okay, watch me. 3. And they're like, yeah, well, that doesn't work. So I failed. So I had to go back. They literally said, you've got to pass this class, and you need the math, so we're going to put you in an introduction to algebra. Same thing. But this time I had Dr. Carter, and she understood. She's like, okay, I get that. I'm not going to fail you because you can do math in your head.
That's my
It
algebra
blew
teacher.
her mind that I got failed.
My algebra teacher, he sat there like, because first class, he tells us the rules, and it's like, you got to show all of your work. And I'm like, I have a problem with
Yes,
that.
right here. Yep.
I can't do that. And then like, he's like, oh, really? Well, so he gives me this big, long equation, and he does it. And like, I've got the answer before he even finishes writing. He's like, hold on. And then I tell him the answer, and he's like, could you just write down the steps that you can at least? Because I know that was a big, long thing. If you could show me just a little of the work,
Right.
I'll be great. But
I looked at this part first, then I saw this, and then I saw this.
he's like, but I won't require you to write it. And it helps because I was different. And that's the thing with these newer generations, guys. Some of them are different. They
all
learn
learn
different. They
different.
think different. So keep your mind open and help them out because we want them to be the best at the trade, just like all of us.
All right, specialty. Solar panel retrofits and battery integration in residential sectors. And I love this, having a battery wall. We're talking about that this weekend in Utah.
Yes. Come by my house and offer this. I may have to look at it.
Yeah, yeah, we're definitely talking. Solar plus storage is booming thanks to incentives. Okay, electricians, roofers, and HVAC techs all have a hand in the installs. There's common pitfalls, though. Mismatched code interpretations, why adding a battery changes the whole conversation for homeowners, especially in storm-prone areas. Now, guys, look, we talk about this all the time. If you are not looking at solar and you're an electrical company, if you're not looking at wind turbines, we need to plan a special trip to Vegas just to go out to Ahern to look at that wind turbine he's building because it was completely different. But here's the thing. Guys, you should be specializing in something. If you are just a plumbing company, and guys, I say this all the time, I'm just a plumber. Man, I got a license in my pocket. It's actually on my desk because I got my new one in. I'm just a plumber. That's what I am. It's what I do. And let me correct that. That's what I do. It's not who I am. If you're a plumbing company, don't be just a plumbing company. Okay? Be a plumbing company that specializes in slab leaks, in leak detection, in whole house water filtration. Specialize in something amazing. I tell you what, the indoor air quality, I freaking love that.
Yeah, like we're talking about specialties here, and I love this because indoor air quality, water filtration. Guys, everybody cares about what we breathe in and what we are putting into our body. drinking, eating, breathing. It doesn't matter. We all want to know. Water filtration, absorption. You know, if you don't have it, your body is absorbing the chlorine in the water every time you take a shower, because guess what? Our bodies are a filter too. It's going to suck it in. It's part of it. Most customers don't even know that.
Yep.
But if you are informing them of your specialty and why you love your specialty, why I love building leak detection tools. My family's plumbers. They kept losing jobs to leak detection people. How do I get the tools in their hands then and teach them how to do it? Hey, that's what I do for a living now, guys. How y'all doing? Embrace it. Specialties can take you a long way, and they really set you apart from everybody else. Talked about that a lot.
Deal.
Yeah,
deal.
with people that come, it's like, you're not just a plumber in your area. You are now the leak detection specialist in your area. Most people that have a leak, they're going to want to call you because you can advertise yourself that way. That's what you specialize in. It's not just, oh, we do plumbing. We fix leaks. No, we find leaks and repair them. We really do keep your home running. And that's the key.
All right, social media spotlight. Carly the plumber, or Carly the Sparky. See, I'm talking plumbing.
Yeah, I got
Carly the Sparky. Today's spotlight is Carly the Sparky, and she's gone viral breaking down breaker panels and showing what life is like as a woman in the trades. Her authenticity and teaching style are inspiring more women to jump into electrical. I'd recommend plumbing, but you know, she is an electrician. So we're going to talk about a few of her videos and talk about why her approach works. And I just love her attitude. So I think it's great. Guys, you definitely want to check out Carly the Sparky.
And it's been a while since I've pulled Carly up. That's why I was like,
because she's in Canada.
I know. She's in Canada. I love to go and watch some of these people that work in different areas, though, because that's something that we learn here, even in the States. It's different in every state sometimes. It's not the same. So I like to go kind of see different things that are going on. Carly's been doing this a little over 3 years now, has 178,000 subscribers with over 46 million views. Doing some good things. Our videos over here is where we're going to start. Let's start out with the oldest. We'll kick back to there. Starting from a couple years ago on this long form, an in-depth tutorial of how I wire a panel. Looks great. And like I love going and watching good electricians wire a panel.
Yep.
Just like my pipe, everything's plumb, level, and square. And I like to see the electricians when they've got benders out because the wire's so big and they're actually bending the wire perfect to go into a panel. It's some of the most beautiful things I've seen. Let's see, how to add an electrical outlet for a wall-mounted TV. Cruising through some things, doing shopping and stuff too, is what it looks like with it going to Home Depot.
I don't think that says Home Depot.
You don't? Right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay, it does. I'm just seeing half of it. Okay.
Okay.
I thought, man, that's a lot of letters.
Yeah, there's
now I
something
see.
that's
Yeah,
cut
now I
there,
see.
so looking down up at it.
Yep, yep.
Let's kick over here to most popular. Yep. Same one. Looky there. Now, oldest and popular. That does not happen often, guys.
No,
okay, I'm just going to say that. Like I think this is the first time I've clicked one that it was the same. Once again, 7 months ago, redid it. How to wire an electrical panel. And my favorites, whenever you walk up, and this is how it looks, like they're on the right of
Just
that thumbnail.
a million
just a
wires
ton
everywhere.
of wires hanging. And it's like, holy cow, somebody's got to go through and figure out where every one of those is ran to. Hope they labeled it well. So yeah, some of the popular ones had 1.7 million views on that long form. That is pretty freaking good.
It is.
Some of the latest here. Oh, and that one actually is up there. A month ago, what's in my work truck? You know, just some of those dive-ins. People love to know because guess what? Most of us, our trucks are different. The way we store them, the way we organize it, it's all a little different. Show what you've got out there. Teach people how you do it, why you do it your way. And love to see that out there for sure. But for her, honestly, her big deal is over here on shorts. Main thing where she goes and strives, and it's going through, as I say a lot, doing the actual work, showing off in those spaces, in these little tight corridors, running wires and stuff. And you want to show off some of the things you do, show off what you're doing in those attics and some of those holes that you have to crawl into. I've worked in tons of them. A lot of people are like, holy cow, how did you even get there? Show them a video of you crawling through one sometime, and it will blow their minds. Definitely loves Milwaukee, just like us, kind of embracing it. And I love how she shows off a lot of her Milwaukee tools. I love Milwaukee because they make tools that make our jobs easier, and that's the key. That's what they strive for, and I love that. Looks like she's kind of having some fun, doing a couple different things. What do we call that? 2 characters, 1 light bulb, where you're bouncing forth, kind of asking questions and answering them. It's a fun time, guys. If you want to get started on socials, get on there and have some fun with it.
Yep. Be yourself.
Key is, be yourself. Show off what you do. Show off the tools that you use. People want to know how we do a lot of different things that we do and the specialty tools that we have, because that's what sets a lot of DIYers apart, I feel like, from professionals, is a lot of the tools that we have and use. And honestly, a lot of it breaks down to that's all it is. A lot of times that's why you got to hire a specialty person, is mainly just to get access to the tools. But yeah, definitely, Carly the Sparker, been doing some good things, cruising ahead. I like that.
It's neat. We need to see if we can get in touch with her, get her down here for an interview.
Yep.
Be great on the podcast. All right, best practices. We're going to close with residential service professionals. Now, this is not about consultants in suits. It's funny. I've gone into a lot of these best practice groups to work with them. And, I mean, the people running it are suits. They're college graduates. They're like, well, here's business. Great. How does that tie to this?
I'm going to get me a suit to teach leak detection. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm sure you'll
Train
connect with
people?
your people.
Yeah.
Guys, this isn't about that. It's about tradespeople. It's about tradespeople building systems and processes that work. It's about them building a business operating system and saying, no, it needs to do this. It needs to do this. It needs to do this. I don't want to have to make it do that. It's about them sharing what actually works. SOPs, systems, operations, and processes. Calculators, so you figure things based on data, not just pulling a number right out of your back pocket. Hiring. What do those frameworks look like? How have you got it set up? Live coaching. The value is having a crew that has been there, that has done that. People that come in and understand this is what we're doing. This is how we do it. This is about helping you scale faster without all the trial and error. And look, I love scaling. I love the fact that we decided to start a business, and we started it and we realized we don't know what we're doing. But worse than that, we didn't even know what we didn't know. And I remember the first time I walked into a best practice group and listened to all the things they were going to teach us, and walked outside to talk to Julie. And I'm like, look, can we afford this? And I look over at her and she's got tears in her eyes. She said, we can't not afford it. If we don't do something like this, we're not going to make it. And don't get me wrong, we joined that best practice group. It cost us a fortune. It took years to pay it off, plus the monthly that you keep paying them. And it was like, man, this is expensive. And we'd probably still be in it, except that when we'd call the coach and say, hey, we need to talk, it's like, look, I sent you a form. Just do the form. No, I need somebody to talk to me and tell me how to do this. When you've got coaches that won't talk to you because they're overburdened, because each coach has 100 to 150 companies they're trying to talk to every month, that they don't have time for everybody. If you don't answer the phone when they call, you're not going to talk to them because they're not calling you back. It's like, well, I tried to call, they didn't answer. Quota. It's all about numbers. Guys, most of these best practice groups, when you come in, they tell you, this is exactly how you have to do it. This is exactly what you have to say. They tell you everything. And I've seen plumbers get mad like, look, I don't want to become a salesman. Because as a company owner, you need them to become a salesman. You do. But you need to teach them about options and communication. You need to teach them about personalities and understanding the people that they're talking to. Your customers, we all love to buy. We just hate to be sold to. And when you learn that and you learn how to communicate with them, it makes all the difference in the world. So if you want to learn more about it, go to residentialserviceprofessionals.com, where you'll get systems, operations, and processes. You get a BOS, a business operating system that will work for you, not that you're going to have to change everything in the world in order to work in it. You'll build the company you started that you wanted to build, not the one they want you to build for them. Again, go check it out, residentialserviceprofessionals.com. And guys, we get to do what we do because of everything that I started doing 7.5 years ago. I started doing YouTube. I walked into a conference to learn social media. I didn't think it was going to be YouTube. I thought I was going to learn Facebook because at the age of 54, that's what social media was. That's where I was. That's where I knew people were at. And when I walked in and discovered that YouTube was the second largest search engine in the world, I had to ask myself, why aren't we doing YouTube? A month later, we were. 1 month later, we started doing YouTube. We started doing 3 videos a week, each and every week. And then later, we started live streaming. And once we started live streaming, it changed everything. It went on to lead to what we're doing right here. But guys, I mean, you look around right now, we've got sliders. I've got 4 cameras right here in front of me. I got almost 100 inches of monitors. I've got mixing boards. I've got audio boards. I've got all kinds of stuff in front of me. I've got a lot of fancy equipment now.
Whole bunch.
But guys, I didn't start with that. I started with this.
Hey.
Yeah, that's exactly how we started. It was a phone. It was an iPad. It was a laptop computer with the little bitty funky camera on it. But guys, I started. And I've made a free webinar to help you get started. If you want to learn more about it, go to justmattroger.com. It's free.
That's it. And everybody, we'd also like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here, hang out, and talk trades for an hour each and every day, Monday through Friday, except for major holidays or super travel days, depending. Super rare, though. But, guys, at LeakPro, we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. And when I say the system, guys, I'm talking about the complete kit. It's the business in a box. It comes with both pieces of equipment that we build, that probe for outdoor underground things, that sidekick for anything that's leaking under concrete, whether it's a slab, driveway, anything like that. But guys, we don't just sell the equipment. We also will come through and teach you exactly how to do leak detection. I've got a slab out here. I'll run you through 20 to 50 leaks, no problem, in a couple of days. And you will learn exactly how to pinpoint locate under the slab, outside of the slab, even in sewer systems. If this interests you, you can check out our website, leak.pro. Take a look at that complete kit I was talking about. Book me for a Zoom. If you want, just give me a call. Let's talk about the equipment or the training. Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd be happy to discuss either one with you.
Guys, look, we get to do some amazing things. We were literally in Las Vegas, Utah, Las Vegas, and then back home last week. And we're going to learn how to do stuff like this better. We go to work on our channel, to work on our growth, to work on our businesses. And we've got some pretty amazing people around us that help us do that. So it's always neat to be able to get out of town and do the things that we do. While we were gone, there was, while we were on the plane, there was a massive shooting because it was somebody who's trying to make the world a better place. And I hate that the world's getting to what it is. So guys, think about the people around you. Be careful. Keep your eyes open and try to do things you can to make the world a better place. Charlie Kirk got shot because, people didn't believe with what he thought. And we don't have to believe what each other thinks, but we don't have to kill each other for it either. So do what you can to make the world a better place. The Gen Zs, the Gen A's, the young people he was talking to, they need people. They need mentors. They need guidance. To be honest, a lot of them need to find the trades. If you're in the trades and you can help them, help them. Ting Ting, good to see you in here. How are you? I hope everything is well. Guys, do what you can to make the world a better place. That's what it's all about. And today's Monday, so make sure you keep an eye on your crews. Whatever you do out there today, do it safe and have fun.
Everybody, happy Monday. I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. Hope to see you back in here tomorrow. Get out here, hit it effing hard. You know we will. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.